We have 4 of our 8 expert panelists here today, maybe even more by the time we're done. And it's important to let you know that while this is a radio show, it's also a networking group. There are lots of ideas exchanged and lots of experiences. Last week, we went out on a boat in the Grand River in downtown Lansing to have a look at the skyline and the operation there where you can get river cruises. And we also went and had a meeting at a restaurant called the Claddagh Irish Pub. That doesn't surprise a lot of people that I would go to an Irish restaurant, I know, but what might have surprised the panel was the menu, the new menu at the Claddagh Irish Pub. And Brian Pell is here, the general manager, and Angus McIntosh, the area director for Claddagh Irish Pub. Thank you for joining us here in the studio.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Seems only fair we were at your place last week, and you've come to our place this week.
And this is a nice place you have down here.
Thank you very much. We're right across from the baseball stadium. You've got 45 minutes or so to get here if you want to be part of the show in the coffee house or in the studio, and you're more than welcome to do it. We're here from 9 till 10 every Wednesday. Angus, tell us a little about, a lot of the panel here went to Claddagh, probably expecting Irish fare to be shepherd's pie and heavy potatoes and fish and chips and that sort of thing. Cliches. I'm Irish. I have to deal with these cliches all the time. The other one being that we like to drink. Some of the cliches are true, and some of them are not. You're sort of remaking the idea of British Isles culture.
Well, just like the sweaters come off in the summer, they've lightened up the fare in Ireland as well. So we've taken the menu and we've pulled some of the heavier things off, and we've added some lighter fare that people probably aren't thinking would occur because they go there for the stews, and we do have the shepherd's pie, but there's a few items that we've lightened it up a little bit. We put some salads on there. The panel's been ranting and raving about a vegetarian burger that we make fresh that is knocking them down, and so it's been an interesting change for us, but it's been one that it had to happen. We had to show people that in Ireland they don't eat like that 12 months out of the year. They lighten it up just like we do over here.
You can eat outside, too. You're at the Eastwood Town Center, a very popular spot for shopping and movie-going and dining as well. Bob Hedlund and Peggy Doty, you were 2 of our taste testers.
Absolutely.
Speak with Brian Pell and Angus McIntosh. Give them your opinion.
The one that absolutely blew me away, you mentioned the veggie burger. I didn't know that it truly was a veggie burger before eating it, and I had no idea. And I typically don't care for those because of the cardboard taste. They're kind of the blandness, but this thing, if anybody goes there, you have to try it. It is fantastic.
I agree with that. The cornucopia burger was a hit on
Yes.
the whole panel, but also the grilled shrimp salad was delicious, and for this time of year, it was perfect.
Yeah, it's like we had to take it a little bit different, try some different flavors and cultures, and kind of mix and match. It isn't probably 100% Irish all the way across the board, but what restaurant now isn't a eclectic mix of stuff? You go to an Italian restaurant and they have burgers, and you're going to hit Mexican restaurants and they have steaks, and so
Sure.
we had to follow that suit, but stay true to what we're looking to do.
Brian Pell, the general manager, and not only welcoming people in to have the Guinness and the Jameson and the Bushmills, if you will, and the Irish cuisine and the rest of the cuisine, you actually reach out into the community and try to become part of the fabric of our town. How do you do that?
Well, it's a lot easier than you think. A lot of the community comes to us and looks for support, and we're always there to lend a hand, whether it's support monetarily or food donations, whatever they're looking for to help out, we're willing to do.
You have a festival coming up, do you not?
Yeah, we're part of the Ionia Free Fest. That's this Saturday. All day. We're doing an all day. We're sponsoring the all day music Celtic festival. Liam the Leprechaun, who
we've met.
tends to come to. Yes, Liam the largest leprechaun. He's always been a good friend of ours, not only for here, but Lansing. He'll go down there for events, but he puts on a Celtic music festival that brings Celtic music from 1 until 9 o'clock at the Ionia Free Fest, and we offered to sponsor the stage for the day. And so it's a little bit out of our range in terms of how far away they are, but he just does a good job. He brings the right music there, and I think it opens up, Irish music, it opens it up to people's eyes to see something different, and I guess this will be my first time going out there and our first time sponsoring it, so it'll be this Saturday.
Promise me, too, if you Google Claddagh Irish Pubs, you'll at least get that little that message from Google that says, did you mean Claddagh Irish Pubs? Because it's hard to spell.
It is, and it is hard to say, too. Claddagh. So
Da.
people do a good job with it. They come up with some different stuff.
That's where we can find you, Claddagh Irish Pubs. But it's in the Eastwood Town Center. You can't miss it. It's
That's right.
It looks like a pub.
We're open every day at 11. Looks like a pub. We got a beautiful outdoor patio. We've been there since the mall opened, and if you're out cruising around, stop in and have a Guinness or a Jameson. It makes the shopping a lot easier.
There you go. I understand.
You tend to find a lot of men hanging out waiting for their wives.
Good place for a business meeting, too. We must have had 15 people there, and we were nicely accommodated. It was
We can accommodate good-sized groups. We have a Gothic room in the back. We just put a 108-inch TV on the back wall, so sporting events. We talked about the authenticity of the pub with the library, the Gothic room, the cottage. I mean, if you go into to quite a bit of, I've personally myself haven't been to Ireland, but I was telling Suzanne I saw on TV they had pubs of Dublin, and it was like looking at our pub numerous times, and the little knickknacks and the way it looks. It's the authenticity is what it is, and the snugs. I don't even think I mentioned the snugs when we were there. The little mini rooms are there for in the olden days. Women came into the pub, and because men did a fair amount of business at the bar, the ladies didn't want to look like, excuse the expression, floozies, and they would put these little rooms off to the side where they could kind of go and pull Mr. Wonderful in there and kind of chat with him one-on-one versus him hanging out with the boys. And so we have
good old days.
The good old days.
Well, I've been over about, more than 20 times now, and I find it's a very authentic presentation what you have there. So
Thank you very much.
We'll see you again soon. In fact, Brian Pell, General Manager of Claddagh Irish Pub in Eastwood Town Center, and Angus McIntosh is the Area Director, because there are a number, I think 7 of them, are there not, throughout the Midwest?
Actually, there's 15.
15.
Yes.
2 of them in Michigan, right? You've got
one in
3,
Lansing.
actually.
One in Lansing, one in Livonia. I run one in Lansing, one in Livonia, and the one in Toledo. So
Toledo.
we have 3 in Indianapolis, Cleveland, Cincinnati, Pittsburgh, Maple Grove, Minnesota, Madison, Wisconsin, Geneva, Illinois. So they're kind of spread out. Some of them are college town based, so it tends to work out well for us. But
all right, thank you very much.
Thank you. I appreciate your time. Thanks for coming out.
We have our expert panel here today, and we'll give them a chance to introduce themselves so you'll know them by their voice throughout the rest of the hour. As usual, we'll start from my left and move to my right. Good morning.
Good morning, Michael Patrick. Scott Danick, Trebilcock and Danick Financial. As much as I was looking forward to this show today, I must say it was hard to trade in my sandals for my dress shoes after a wonderful Pure Michigan up north weekend. So,
I bet. That's terrific. Where were you?
Well, we started in Petoskey, and we rafted the Sturgeon River, and then went up to Pictured Rock. So we did a lot of hiking up there, swam in Lake Superior. Of course, had to get Darrow's pie and ice cream a couple of times on the way to and from. So,
well, now listen, I'm looking under the table. You could have kept the sandals on with the suit.
Well,
they do that in the Middle East.
For this, I could have, but for the clients later, they might have started wondering if I left the building.
You've gone native.
Yeah.
Sir.
George Volman of Volman Ford in the magnificent, cool city of Portland. We're, I guess, halfway between Grand Rapids and Lansing, so I service all those communities. And I'm coming back from a vacation as well, so I'm getting back into things. And I was out on the Jersey Shore, where we used to vacation when I lived in Philadelphia. So it's good to be back. It's good to be back with the group.
Gary and Peggy Doty from Doty Mechanical, if you would just say hello. Now, you have tans, too. Where have you been?
Thank you.
Oh, we haven't been anywhere. All of us, it's been a nice hot summer here in Lansing, Michigan, so we've been working really hard this summer, but we're not complaining.
The staycation is what you've done.
Well, pretty much. We try to run away for a day or 2 at a time, but that's about it so far. But
well, with those temperatures soaring like they were into the 90s, heat index into the hundreds, I'm imagining your business was very busy.
We have been very busy, and we're very blessed. Last summer was just horrendously cold, and everyone's working really hard. We can't believe it's almost the end of July, and we're still in the mid-80s. So it's been a good summer for us.
And in the third base seat.
Yes, good morning, Michael Patrick. Bob Hedlund from Hedlund Plumbing. I haven't not been on vacation yet, but I'm getting ready to take a few days next week. I'm going to take a couple days off. My son is home visiting. Be home for 3 weeks from Spangdahlem Air Force Base, so that was a pleasant surprise when last Thursday night, all of a sudden there's a knock on the door. I open the door, and there he is standing there. I didn't have any idea, and oh, my God, you talk about hitting in the heart. I mean, that was just awesome seeing him. It was truly, it was great.
That's terrific. Now, we are on Facebook as well, and you are sort of the manager.
That is
of
correct, and we have a couple questions for later in the show. But, and Mid-Michigan Business Wrap. Just go to Facebook, put that in, and look forward to any questions or comments, anything from the listeners.
All right, that's on Facebook. You can find us online too at spotlightmm.com.